What is going on, everybody? Welcome back in the channel. My name is Rock Soldier, and today we're going to be checking out Heavy Dirty Soul by 21 Pilots. Now, the reason I have jumped back in time and to check out some of the old 21 Pilots songs is because you guys seem to really enjoy the 21 Pilots reactions that I have done off their new album, Scaled and Icy. And you know, I love 21 Pilots, man, so I've been wanting to go back and do some of their older work for a little bit now, and since I'm going to be seeing them in a couple weeks here at the end of October, I figured now is as good a time as any to start, man. So, you know, and on top of that, you know, Heavy Dirty Soul is the first song off Blurry Face, like I said, and basically that means it's the start of DEMA, so I figured, you know, what better place to start, man. I'm excited to dive in this one, guys. We're going to hop right into it. Let's get it.
There's an infestation in my mind's imagination. I hope they choke on smoke 'cause I'm smoking them like a basement. This is not rap, this is not hip-hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop rapping to prove nothing, just writing to say something, 'cause I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to saying nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream, it's just right now I got a really crazy mind and clean. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. I, therefore I'm.
Oh man, I love this track, man. This track is so good, man. I mean, the beat is on point. I love the tone to kick off Blurry Face, man. It's got a real good tone, and you kind of know like you're in for like a trip on this album, right? So he starts off by saying, "There's an infestation in my mind's imagination. I hope that they choke on smoke 'cause I'm smoking them out the basement." And I feel like this is kind of like it's his opening line. I feel like this is like the very first mention of the character that is Blurry Face, right? Specifically in that line, there's an infestation in my mind's imagination, right? And he's basically saying here that the goal, or that he hopes that he can you know, cut this person off, cut their power completely off from them through the power of music, you know, because I'm smoking them out of the basement. A lot of bands make music in the basement, some bands do in other places, but as far as I know, 21 Pilots actually do a lot of work in the basement. And then I like how he goes on to say, because I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to say nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream. It's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean. And he's basically saying, you know, I haven't lost my way. You know, I still know where the goals are. I still know what I want. But right now I got to take care of this problem that is his mind right now, right? So.
I lost my dream, it's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean.
Skirt. I actually really enjoy the chorus here because I feel like there's a couple different ways you could take it. You know, can you save my heavy dirty soul? As we talked in on the reaction we did to Redecorate, Tyler is religious, and so this could be kind of like a shout to like God, you know, trying to, you know, ask him to save me. But this could also be like a shout to the fans, or the rebellion. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The guys who fight DEMA basically try to help Tyler get away from DEMA's control. It could be kind of like a cry to help to them or to the fans, to help, you know, get salvation, basically, you know, basically come clean and get free from DEMA's control, if that makes sense.
Anything you said, if I didn't know better, I guess you're already dead. Mine is zombies walking around with it ain't been a hunch, saying stuff like you only live once. You got one time to figure it out, one time to twist and one time to shout, one time to think, and I say we're starting now. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking
that verse is crazy good, man. I like how he starts it off. Nah, I didn't understand a thing that you said. If I didn't know better, I guess that you're already dead. Mindless zombies walking around with a limp and a hunch, saying stuff like you only live once. Kind of saying that you know, I don't understand where you're coming from with the like YOLO, you know, you only live once. And that you kind of just follow what's popular, right? You follow the trends, you follow the crowd. You know, mindless zombies walking around, kind of. And then he goes on to say, you know, you've got one time to figure it out. You know, one time to twist, one time to shout, one time to think. And I say we start now. Sing it with me now, if you know what I'm talking about. And I kind of like how he kind of plays off the first part of that verse, right? You know, he's saying like, yeah, you do only live once, but that means you've only got one time to figure it out, and you have to use this time to really think and to really do things that are going to make you happy, ultimately, at the end of the day.
One time to twist and one time to shout, one time to think, and I say we start now. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking about. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr.
Back around too.
Inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me.
Josh kills it on the drums, man. This song, I love it. Okay, now this I would actually like to talk about. Now I haven't done much talking about what's actually happening in the music video, and that was kind of on purpose, because there's a lot going on, right? So throughout the whole video, Tyler's in this car that's kind of like, you know, racing down the road, losing control, swerving everywhere, right? And we got Josh in the middle, beating the drums, right? And the car just barely swerving by him. And then we finally see later on that there's this hooded figure driving the car. And for anybody else that has heard some of the 21 Pilots stuff or dug into a little bit of the lore, we can pretty much presume that that is one of the bishops, most likely Nico, that we'll find out later in the Trench album, is basically Tyler's bishop. But and the car is kind of like losing control, right? And like it kind of seems to be happening in the music, right? Because Josh is there beating the drums and the car is losing control to the music, kind of like we talked a little bit about in the first verse, like music, you know, helping fight against the DEMA and, you know, basically all the negative thoughts and that Tyler has, right? And if you notice, this is also kind of the start of the Banditos. Those are the guys I was trying to think of the name earlier. For whatever reason, I could not think of it. But Josh has yellow hair at this time, which yellow is a color of the Banditos that we also find out later in the Trench album. And so towards the end of the song here, just before it switches back over here, we see the car finally break down, right? It explodes. It almost seems as if, you know, Josh has succeeded in his attempts to get Tyler free for the moment from DEMA's control, right? And you kind of see that with the black marking and stuff. But then here, it kind of switches back to at the end of the video, kind of switches back, and you kind of notice that it's kind of just all in Tyler's imagination, right? It's kind of like all in Tyler's head almost. You know, the car is driving fine. It's not on fire. Tires are still there, not swerving everywhere, just driving along, and Tyler's still in the back seat. So it almost seemed like an illusion. Whether or not that was just like almost like a daydream he was having, or an illusion that maybe the bishops were giving to him, I'm not quite sure, man. But overall, man, well done, well done. All right, so that was Heavy Dirty Soul by 21 Pilots, the first song off their Blurry Face album, and our first introduction to DEMA. There is a lot here, and obviously I know quite a bit because I've went through and dug through a lot of the lore and a lot of the music, man, because I'm just like a fucking super fan or something. I wouldn't even call myself a super fan, because there are some people that are way more into this than I am, and I love it. But I'm just not smart enough to figure out some of the clues that Tyler and Josh, you know, release for the fans and stuff, man. They go really in depth, and that's what I love about it, man. That's the attraction to it. But as for the song itself, man, I loved it, man. I loved what he was talking about. The beat, that fucking killed it, man. Josh goes crazy on the drums. I love the different flows. I like the verses. I like when Tyler kind of flexes his rap skills sometimes, because, you know, I can't remember what song specifically, but he obviously talks about being a little anxious or a little judged. Feels like he's going to be judged when he raps, because he's not necessarily a rapper, but he's also not a rapper. You know, kind of something he mentioned earlier in the first verse actually is when he says this is not rap, this is not hip hop. He's not really, doesn't want to be labeled, right? He doesn't want to be controlled by labels at all. So, you know, overall, man, I really enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys did well, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, hit that bell to know we're dropping the next one. So I got for you guys for now. It's your boy Rock Soldier. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and even better tomorrow. Talk to you guys in the next one. All right, guys, peace.